Hello guys, and welcome back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to cut and sew an under bust corset with an inbuilt corset. Okay, so you can see something like this, the back, which is the emphasis. So in my previous video I actually did the pattern drafting for this particular style, so I'm going to drop the link in the description box so you can check it out for you to learn how to do the drafting. So I didn't want to join it so that it will not be too full. So you can see this the end part. So I was trying it on my client and she loved it, so I was just trying to like pin in the sleeve so you can see the back there. It came out really fine. So this is actually an actually an inbuilt corset, so you can see the back there. So it came out really fine and she loved the outcome. You can see her, yeah, she really loved it. That was just like the first fitting. So now let's get started for the tutorial for today. So we're going to be starting the sewing. So like I said, I did it before. So this is my back piece, so I'm trying to join the dart line. So if you watch the pattern drafting, it will be better for you so you understand everything. So I'm joining the first part of my dart for the back. So after joining, so this is the front. So because it was actually an under bust corset, so we cut out the upper part. So these are the two cups on the side, and then this is the center part of the front on top. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure that the bust point area is on the same, that is it aligned, so, and then trim before I stitch so it's not too big. So the next thing, I'm going to pick one piece. So that's the center part of the front, and then this is the side. So I'll place them like this, and then I'm just going to navigate the curve to stitch it down. Okay, so it is a simple process. So just watch the pattern draft and you understand everything that I'm doing right now. And then after that, so after joining the two sides, so you can see this is the upper part, and then this is the down part, the lower part of the under bust corset. So you normally shear it. Okay, so these are the side, and then that's the center front of the down part. So I'll place them and then I'll just stitch it down. This kind of corset is very simple and easy to make, really simple. Yes, so you just stitch it down and then I'll sew the other part. So after sewing, this is what you find. So the next thing, now we're going to create our boning chamber. So I'm just trying to double check to make sure that everything is in place. Okay, the waist is the size, okay, that I have enough allowance. So now I'm going to show you so you can see this is how it will be. I'm just trying to check it so you can see, make sure that the dart lines, that they will align back because you are going to join it back. So before then, now, so we'll do the boning. So I'll show you guys how to add the boning. So I'm doing an external boning. So what I'm using, a regeling boning, that's the one that you can stitch. So I've done the two side. So I'm going to show you how to do this. This is the center front. So I'll just take and measure where I want my boning to get to. I'll cut off the fabric. Okay, so you can see I'm just trying to double check it and make sure that I mark the point. So that's where I'm going to stop the boning. It's not going to reach the down. Okay, so the next thing, I'm going to take my regeling boning. I'll place it just like 1/4 of an inch inside. So what I'm trying to say was that I left a little bit of fabric on the side and then pushed it to the side. Just push it, leave a little bit, and then I'll secure it down just like about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so I did not sew it on the edge of those pieces that I cut. So after stitching, I'll just stitch it down and then I'll cut this off. Okay, so after cutting this off, now we're going to stitch it on the dress so you can see how it looks like. So now I'll take my piece like this and then I'm going to place it. So remember that little part that I left that time, that 1/4 of an inch? Yes, that's the essence. So now on that 1/4 of an inch part, I'm going to stitch it down. So right now I'm not stitching on my regeling boning, I'm stitching the extra fabric that I left on the side of this while I was doing it. Okay, so after stitching it down, now you secure it down. So after securing it down, I will now take the remaining piece of the fabric. So this fabric I actually cut out about 1.5 inches. So I'll just use it to tuck it in. You understand? That's that remaining fabric now. So I'll turn it, flip it over, and then use it so you can see the way. I'll just use my hand to arrange it, tuck it in, and then I'll secure it down. So at the end of the day, you still have little piece of inches. If you, because at this point you will not stitch on the regeling boning, but the Rigelin boning is going to be there, and then you secure it down. So this one, it actually makes, this one is always very neat. So you can see, so you can use any boning method of your choice, but this is a good one. So at the end of the day, so I'm just trying to like double stitch it. Okay, yes, I think I had a little part that I escaped, so that was what I was trying to do. So at the end of the day, you can see how neat it is looking, and it is okay. So I'll just secure it down this way, and then the next thing, now we are done. So I'll do the same thing to the back. Depends on how many boning you want to put. If you want to put on the side, you can just go ahead and do that. Just follow the same process. So for my the top part, I added bra cups to it. So what I did, I just placed my bra cup and then stitch, just use my needle and my thread to stitch it down. Okay, just secure it inside there. So what I'm trying to do now, so you can put that back up however you want to place it. Just make sure you place it that you still have some inches that you will stitch. So if you watch the tutorial, the drafting part, you find that I left 1 inch extra on this under bust. So that's 1 inch. Now you can see, that's why you see I have allowance there. So that's the part I will now use to stitch this down. So for the bra cups, you can fix it however. If you don't know how to do that, I'll drop the link on the description box, or you can just check through my channel and then know how to do the fixing. Okay, so I'll place that. So I'm just trying to make sure that all of the dart lines, the dart legs, that they align before I stitch, or else it's not going to be proportional. So that's what I'm trying to do. At this point, you really want to be careful, so you can see all the dart legs, they align. So now just stitch it with a straight stitch. So after stitching, so you can see this is how it looks like. So you can see my bra cups, they are sitting perfectly well inside. Now you can see it is now under the bust. The next thing, I'll take my lining piece, and then I'll take my actual fabric piece also, and then I'm going to place them and stitch everything around. So what I'm going to do, I'll just leave a little piece on the side, a part that I would use to turn it. So the same thing I will do. So just let me show you guys. So you can see after stitching, this is how it looks like. This is the side that I was talking about. So I'll leave that part. So at the end of the day, now I can just secure that out and sew. So this is the back piece. I'll do the same thing that I did, just use the lining to turn it. So after turning, you can see how it is. So that part that I open now, I've pressed it inside and just did it, use a matching thread to do the top stitch. So this is my back piece. So for the back piece, you can see these days most people, they don't like using modesty panel again, so I just skipped that part. So you can see this part now. So basically now what I'm going to do now is just for me to join the side, use the person's measurement, the client's measurement, to stitch the side together, okay, of my top. So after stitching, so the next thing is the sleeve. So for the sleeve, I already posted this tutorial of this sleeve on my YouTube channel, so you can just check it out on how to make the sleeve. So it's actually a cape sleeve. So I added straps to it because it will be easier for me to fix it with the strap. But if you don't want to add strap, if you just want it to be like a bustier, that's like a tube, you can just go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Okay, so this is just the sleeve. So like I said, you can check it out on the channel. Okay, so I was just trying to arrange it properly to make it okay. So the next thing, now we're going to be cutting the skirt. So the skirt is a normal straight skirt, so it depends on the skirt. You can use your normal 6 pieces skirt, you can use your fish skirt. So this is the blouse. So after joining everything, so for the eyelet, because I'm going to be adding eyelet, so I just use my scissors to poke it in. So just mark all of the points that you want to put your eyelet, and then just mark them, make them very close, make them close, not that very close, but the closer the better. So for this, I added about 8 to one side, which makes it looks good. Okay, so now this is my skirt pattern, my normal straight skirt pattern. You can use any skirt pattern. Like I said, you can use a fish skirt, 6 pieces, all of them is still the same process. Okay, so this one is a straight skirt. So I finished cutting out the skirt with the ankara. So I'm just trying to trim it, and then after trimming I will just go and stitch the skirt. That's like join the skirt, could like couple my skirt. So when you are dealing with an inbuilt corset, all you need is just sew your skirt separately and then sew your blouse separately. So that's just basically what it is. It's not like it is a big deal. You understand? It's not big deal. Just sew your skirt and then sew your top. So you can see this is the blouse. So at the end of the day, when my client came, she said the chest area was open. As a church woman now, she did not want her breast to be showing. So we now had to use applique to cover the top part. Okay, but the original style had applique though, so just on the chest area. So we now extended the applique. Since the dress did not have a yoke, we extended the applique upwards. So now this is it when it comes to an inbuilt. So this is the skirt, it is fully sewn, and then your blouse is fully sewn. So what you will do, you wear it on your mannequin or on your client's body, so they have to come for dress fitting. Yes, you wear them, make sure you put place everything, you tie it, snatch the waist, because this point you want it really snatched. Okay, and then you place it and then you zip your skirt, make sure that the waist part is area is okay. So at this point, if you want to add a basque waistline, at this point now you can just go ahead and start trimming, create your, or if it is a slanted waistline you want to add, at this point you can just go ahead and do that. So but mine is going to just be normal straight, so you can see that you can add your basque waistline. That's what I was trying to say. So the next thing, I'll get my needle and my thread. So for this is optional. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to push my skirt inwards by like half of an inch. That's like fold it in, fold the tips in, even though it is neatly finished. And then I'll use my needle and my thread to secure it. That's like stitch the blouse to the skirt. So for this, like I said, it is optional. You can decide to use your machine if you don't want to use your needle and your thread. Okay, so most times, if the ones that they normally put applique, most times you can use your needle and your thread and then use your applique to cover it. But this one, even though I'm not putting applique around that waistline, I still use my needle and my thread. So you just keep tucking it in and then stitch it down. Make sure you use your needle and your thread. It has to be neat, and the stitch are not going to show. So when you stitch it close to the dart, the back of the dart of the skirt, you are going to stop it at that point, so that the dress will be able to fit into your client. If not, it will not be able to fit in. So this is what all the so big deal of inbuilt corset is. There's nothing, no big much deal there. So when you get to that point, you just make sure that you just use your hand to arrange it, and then the waistline, you can see the front, you see it is neat, you will not even notice anything. So you just continue that, do it to that part. But at this point, make sure that the dress fits your client. It has to be their exact size. Do you understand? The skirt has to be their exact size, so that the waist will not be falling, because at this point there's nothing you can do after attaching it. Okay, so this mannequin was really annoying me because it kept falling and falling. So this was my client, so I was trying to, this was when she came for her dress fitting. She loved it, everything entered her once, we did not adjust anything. So this one, we're just trying to do the lace and then try out his sleeve. She was so excited. It was giving her the vibe she actually wanted. Yes, that's the sleeve. So you can see the back there. I'm just trying to pin the sleeve to make sure that everything is in the right place. Okay, yes. So you can see she loved it. It was fine. So this was where she wanted us to, the chest, her breast was showing on top. So we had to use applique to cover up those parts a little bit, since she did not want her, the whole of her business out there to be showing her. So you can see she loved it. So thank you so much, guys. If you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel already, I would appreciate for you to subscribe. Thank you.